Okay, cool. I can see it's a little bit better now because I'm also watching it on the platform, so I think it's better. So let's start. Sorry for the inconvenience. Right. As usual, let's start with the dollar. Dollar is just not being the easiest at the moment. It's not treating everyone great, but it is what it is. So we had the bounce from the level that I was looking for. Okay, that was the level I was looking for this thing to bounce off from, and we got that, and we came into the level that I was expecting. So the level that it came into, maybe I'll do a session on that at the end of today's lesson, today's session. So I'll be quick to go through this, and then I'll show you how to use this Fibonacci to like the way I'm using it. So at the moment, it looks like it wants to come for the 2.5 level. Don't ask me about it because I just happened to stumble upon this, the way this thing is moving. It's just more practice that I get to stumble upon that. So that level is where probably price might turn around again this morning. It looks like it wants to turn around, but we have a down candle in here, down candle there, one more here. Usually, if this is what I'm seeing, right, usually there's three and then there's a turnaround. So maybe this could be the last one, and then you push up and then turn around, and then once it's selling down, we will sell these areas. Okay, to give you an idea what I'm talking about is something like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have where this buying started from. Okay, so if the buying started from here, we have 1, 2, 3, and then there's a turnaround, and then when it turns around, you sell these areas. Okay, so you sell these areas. So if it is what I'm seeing, then there could be probably another push up, and I don't know if it's gonna take out this high. That I cannot tell, but if it does take out this low, then obviously we will be dropping down. Okay, so let's see if that would be the case. On the hourly though, we do have those three areas. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be the high coming from this last up candle. It could be the high forming, and then we break down. Today is Thursday anyway, so Thursdays are usually reversal days. So it could be turning around here, and then we'll see a continuation to the downside. If not, then I think this equal highs looks very clean, and they might take it, and stop everyone who's trying to go long on the foreign currencies out, and then continue going down. We've caught this move to the upside, so there's no need to be upset. Best thing is to wait for price to now indicate that it wants to continue going down, and then we follow it. Okay, at least let this swing low or today's low, let's trade below today's low, and that should give us an indication of exactly what they are trying to do. Okay, with that said, let's jump onto euro. So with euro, like I did mention, price is not gonna take out this low because we do have a lower low in here, so price is not gonna break it. Let's see if price will manage to break above this high. If they do, then we'll be looking for a long. Okay, and as usual, you can see I haven't shown you guys yet, but we do have those three areas of selling. So we have one here, one there, just above that, and then one there, and there's a tiny little bit in there. So these will be areas where we could be doing business on the buy. Okay, so let's see if we break above this, then we can start buying to the upside again. So sit on your hands, let's be patient, and let the chart show us that it wants to go up, then we go with it. Okay, same thing with pound. Like I did mention yesterday, wait for price to close above this swing high. Okay, price is just being a bit weird. I think I'll talk about it on pound yen, because I think it did happen on pound yen in here. I'll talk about that later. We are trading at this down candle. I think this down candle might provide support if we have traded to the 50%. Not quite. 50% is right there. So maybe a little bit pushed down, and then a rejection, and then a continuation to the upside. So on the 4 it looks like this. Maybe they will run this low, which would be that 50% low that I talked about yesterday. Once they run this low, the down candle, they need to run the down candles low and then reject. And then if we do see a swing high broken, at least this one here, okay, if we see that broken, then we can start looking for more longs again. If not, then we have to be patient to see what the dollar will do. New Zealand, this thing is just not doing much, and the reason why it's not doing much is because it's being held. Okay, it's being held in consolidation and on purpose to allow a particular pair, the Aussie New Zealand, to drop. Okay, it's being held for the Aussie New Zealand to drop into an area which I did send yesterday to wait for price to break above the high. So the reason why this thing is not moving is because it's being held in consolidation on purpose to allow New Zealand cross pair and the Aussie New Zealand to drop. Okay, because if this is dropping and Aussie is dropping, okay, this thing will go sideways, right? So for this thing to go down, they need to hold this in consolidation and then drop Aussie dollar. That's why Aussie dollar dropped yesterday and this one didn't. So with the Aussie dropping, New Zealand being held, it will send this pair down. So this thing, right, if it's turning around, okay, it's gonna take this one with it, and then probably this one will drop a little bit. Okay, so that's why this is being held in consolidation. So there's nothing to do on that one, and lo and behold, we have taken out that 50% low there. So if we do take out this high, if we do take out this high, that would be awesome, and then you can take a long on this in alongside with this one as well. If this one breaks this high, then you can take the long with the Aussie. Okay, so if this one breaks this high, if it breaks this high, then obviously you go with it. Okay, so watch it and see if we break this high, then I think there will be a continuation on the upside. Dollar CAD, what can I say? Yesterday price tried to move up and then they sank it back down, and then today they've moved it up again. It's a bit tricky on this, but you can see why yesterday I was saying to put your stop loss below this down candle. That's exactly what they did. They came for a run below all these lows into this down candle and then a rejection to the upside. What are they going to do right now? I have no idea. Price has reached for this high on the 4 hour. Okay, it's still bearish. Okay, the 4R is not bullish, it's still bearish. So if we do take out this high, then we might consider maybe a long, but until that happens, we have to stick with what the 4R structure. Okay, so because the 4R is still bearish, just continue to stay with the 4R. If you didn't catch the long, right, if you didn't catch the long, then at the moment it's too late. Just be patient and let's find a reasons to continue to sell short. And if it doesn't pan out, okay, so if he sells short, if he breaks a swing low, and to be precise, the swing low, if he breaks it, then we can continue to sell short and target this low. Okay, because the 4R is still bearish. The hourly is bullish, but the 4R is bearish. If we take out this low, then the hourly will be bearish, and that will go back in sync with the 4R. Then we can continue selling the 4R level. So if you didn't catch the long, no problem. Let's be patient and let price tell us what it wants to do. On the daily, however, let's remove all these lines. So many lines on there. On the daily, we have formed a swing low, but the push up is not enough. Yeah, the push up is not enough. The daily range is from this high to that low. Yeah, that's the daily current range. Remember, I talked about trading ranges yesterday. So this is the range on the daily. The 4R range I've already showed you. So if anything happens and price has to push up higher, then you will consider the 50%. Yeah, and then the 50% should be enough to send price back down. If we manage to break above the 50%, then we'll consider this last up candle for where price will hit and then continue dropping. Okay, the daily is bearish, 4R is bearish, so this thing is bearish. We just happen to catch a bounce, right? So if we do hit these levels on the daily and we see price breaking down, then we can sell short again. All right, this is a lower low, so maybe we might consolidate, not go down straight away. Remember what the dollar did before breaking here, before breaking this low, it bounced around and then broke it. Yeah, when you see these kind of things on your chart, then you consider the same pattern, right? Because you have a lower low, okay, price will bounce around before ultimately trying to break this low. Okay, so do not try to catch a long for price to continue going up, and do not try to catch a short for price to continue going down. It's going to bounce around a little bit, so be mindful trying to take it like a swing trade or any long-term trade down here. Okay, so if you drop back down to the 4R, that's the 4R structure, that's the last up candle here. So that's where price is now. Okay, and it's hitting it. We have a swing high in here that price has taken out right there. Okay, price has taken out this swing high. If you drop down to the 1 hour, we are dropping. Remember the pattern I show you. I don't do it on the sell side, but you can do it on the sell side if you want. Once we close below this low, okay, you can sell the opening price on this one. All right, so if you manage to close below this low, then you can sell short. That's your choice, right? I don't do the selling. For some reason I like the buying. right? But it's the same thing. You can sell short using that pattern and then send it down, maybe to come and take out. I think they have these equal lows in here, so you can sell short to come and take out this equal low. Okay, and then hold on to it to see if we can come back down here into this low gap. All right, euro pound, we almost took out this low, right? And like I did mention, it's still bearish. So let me bring in my daily dividers. All right, so we have taken out Wednesday's low and price has rejected. With that, probably we might see price go into a bit of a retracement. Yeah, price might go into a bit of a retracement, and then ultimately we'll be looking for a continuation to the downside, maybe the low of the week, because we've been dropping since Monday. Yeah, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, low of the week, and then price will pull up a little bit, and then next week we will look for a continuation to the downside. So what you can do is monitor what I shared with you guys on Monday. Okay, if this is the low of the week, you've caught a nice trade on the upside on Monday. So what you can start hunting for is a sell up in here, okay, for a continuation to the downside, which lines up with the area that I've marked out anyway. Yeah, especially the last up candle in there. You hunt for possibly the high of the week for next week up there. So if I bring that other indicator, okay, so that's today, this week, so that's this week's high. If we do manage to push up to there, okay, next week you're gonna sell short at this last up candle, okay, and then look for a continuation back down to take out this low, and then a continuation down here. So right now, do you want to go long? It's entirely up to you. I wouldn't do that because we are bearish. Okay, it could turn around and continue going down. If it does go up there, then you sell short. But to counter trend this move to the downside, that's not a good idea. Okay, it could burn you. So let it go up there, and then if it turns around, then you go short. All right. So that is that level up there. I like this one, but because on the daily, okay, we have an up candle in there, that's why I've got the line there. Okay, but the best sell, if it was to get up there, would be there for a continuation to the downside. We still have this pair hanging around. The level is still, I think we've managed to take out this low, so the level will now be this high. Okay, so we need to close above, which is not far away, it's the same area. We need to close above there before you consider a long. All right, so I'll leave this as it is. Aussie yen, same thing. We are looking for a long. Wait for I've shown you enough how it's nothing wrong catching a retracement like this into that what we call OTE, yeah, the 618 level. There's nothing wrong with it, but like I did say, I've done it in the past several times, and most of the time I got burned. And the time I didn't get burned, I had to watch the trade constantly, over and over again, to make sure price is moving in my favor. And if it's not moving in my favor, then I'm having a panic attack. So the way I want to see it is, okay, once we come down here, do you show me some willingness you want to go up? And that willingness would be to break above a short-term high. And then once you break above a short-term high, it means that you want to go up. So Yes, it came here, you can buy it, but I prefer it to break a short-term high, then I will look for a long. Okay, so we are trading at a reasonable level to consider a long for a continuation to the upside, which will be this. Yeah, uh, right there, for a continuation to the upside. Yeah, but like I did mention, I prefer a short-term high to be broken before I consider that long. So if you fancy yourself a long, you can by all means do so using this tool and then buying at this 618. But I want to see a break first. Okay, once it breaks, then I'm confident that price is gonna push higher, so then I can join it. Right now I'm not confident that it's gonna push higher, even though my gut tells me that it's gonna push higher. I prefer going this way. Okay, euro yen, I did suspect them to come and take out this equal low before pushing up, so I'll still stay with that. The reason why is because they did take out these highs and then dropped. Okay, with that drop, I think if it's gonna continue going up, right, they need to kill some people off, and those people to kill off will be maybe this low. On this low and that low are relatively equal, so maybe kill them off before and move to the upside. So I'll watch this and see how it develops. If it doesn't do that, because that's Monday, yeah, they've taken out Monday's low. It could be the end, but at least Friday's low could also do. Yeah, Friday's low could do with Thursday's low as well, if they manage to take that one out. They've taken Monday's low out, which is good enough, because that's a an area of liquidity below daily lows, weekly lows, monthly lows, or highs. That's an area of liquidity. So if they've taken a daily low, that's enough. But I prefer, or I would like to see them take out this low. If this low is taken and it comes all the way up and break above this high, then that's it. We will resume going up. Okay, so watch this level. If we do come there and break it, then wait for a retracement and then look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, if not, then let this low be run, something like this. Okay, run it, break down, and then a short retracement, then you go short. So if you invert this, if you turn it around, okay, same thing here, run this, reject, break, and then a short mini retracement, then you go long. New Zealand yen, this thing is still hanging there. Yeah, the down candle is still not giving way for price to go down. So price is not willing to come down. The upside is still there. Okay, so there's not much to say about this. Pound yen. Okay, so pound yen, yesterday I did mention to wait for price to close. Yeah, close below this, and it didn't. Yeah, and then this morning we can see price has now come back down and trying to close. If it does close below this down candle, then we can look for a short here. Okay, if it doesn't, then there's no need. Okay, because what might end up doing is it might end up sweeping this low as a stop run and then rejecting and continue going higher. Okay, so be mindful on this one. It might play with your psychology if you are in any trade, in any sort, because it's just running, coming back up, rejecting, running, coming back up, rejecting. So it might play with your emotions. So for your peace of mind, stay away, let it show you what it wants to do clearly before you engage with it. Cardian, yesterday I did mention that they've managed to close above the swing high in the short video that I sent. Okay, they've managed to close above the swing high, so we are bullish on the hourly, and the 4-hour is still bullish, so we could continue seeing we could see a continuation to the upside. It has just retraced, so we could see a continuation to the upside. So if you're long, just keep your long. It's just being sideways, and like I did show you on the futures currencies, the CAD. Okay, CAD is retracing. That's why we see that's why we are seeing what CAD is doing, what CADian is doing. I like how price is behaving now, running this low and rejecting. I'll be watching this. If we do manage to trade above this, I think CADian should fly today. So let's see if it will fly today, to give us some joy. So back to service. So let's see how this thing will develop today. Pound Aussie, we are stuck in a consolidation. So if you're long, just keep your long. Make sure anytime it goes, you can see price rejecting up in here. Yeah, that is the 618. That's where the high of the week usually forms if we are to continue going down. That's why price is not willing to go higher. Okay, so if you're long, make sure that most of your profit is off from the entry. Okay, most of your profit is off, and then just wait and see what price will do. Okay, pound New Zealand, we are still hanging around. Yesterday I wanted to see if we will break above this high. We haven't, so it's still a waiting game. Let's be patient and let price show us what it wants to do first. So our last swing low, or our last swing to the downside, is here, right? So we need to break that. So have your line there, and then if we break it, then we can start looking for longs. If not, then just sit out and wait. Same thing, this one is still hanging around. Yeah, it's still hanging around, not doing much. I would like to see it pop up, right? So our last swing low is here with a swing high there. So let's see if we'll be able to run this high, close above it. Once we do, then we can start hunting for longs for a continuation to the upside. Right, this down candle is what we are trying to buy. You're trying to buy this down candle, and if it doesn't give us a buy and it breaks down, then we measure we measure this last up candle to the downside, and then we sell it. So this is what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean. If we do break down, then we target the 618. Okay, not the 2, the 618. Next one, Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD, like I did mention, is bullish on the daily. So what we can do is wait for, we are at the 50%. No, sorry, my bad, that's not the high. Let me hide this thing. That's my imaginary line. Okay, 50% is right here. Okay, so let's see if we can get at least a pullback into that area, and then if we do see some form of a break on the hourly, so price will swing down, break, and then we can look for buys, right? If not, then we have to be patient and wait. For now, it's just still sideways, so do not try to do anything. Okay, I like the fact that they left all this consolidation up in here. Yeah, it looks nice. If price is to break down and continue going down, I would like this low to be taken and then reject, because that will bring us into the last down candle in here. Yeah, for a continuation to the upside. This one. So that's the high and that's the open. So if we do break down and it doesn't give us any bounce, that's where I'll be watching price to come and then reject. Okay, that will bring me to that OTE level in here, that 70.5 level. That's where I usually like to hunt for longs. Okay, that was also almost near that 75 level. So if we do drop in here, then I'll start looking for a break in structure, just like the dollar is doing here. Okay, that's the area I'm hunting for price to reverse. It doesn't mean I'm gonna do business there. It just means it's an area I'm watching to see the reaction. So same thing in here. If we do break down, I'll be watching that area to see if there will be a break in structure for a continuation to the upside. Euro Aussie is still sideways, right? Very frustrating, but it is what it is. Euro Aussie both are weak. Euro pound, euro is weak. Aussie New Zealand, Aussie is weak. Euro New Zealand, we have traded to my perfect level. That's the 70.5. Yeah, if I go into the 4 hour, you see it properly. Yeah, if I pull the fade from that low to that high, 70.5, perfect there. So that's the area I'm hunting for the longs. Okay, there to there. So let's see if we can get a break in structure. Today is Thursday. We've been dropping since Monday, so today could be a reversal day. Usually Thursdays are reversal days. So if you do break above this high, I might consider a long, and then if it does stop me out, no problem. I'll just have to be patient more. Okay, so if you do break this high, I'll look for a long. Why? If you look on the daily, this would be like a swing low in the formation. So this will be 1, 2, and then the third one will be probably pushing price back up. We've got a very nice steep move to the downside. Okay, so we could be turning around on this one. So if you're short, be mindful. I would like to see it dip inside here. Yeah, if it dips inside there, then that would be excellent. These two down candles is where price is reacting from, and it happens to be at the same level of the 70.5 level. Okay, but I would like it to wick down into this low gap, this one here, in there, and then this down candle being in there. That's like icing on the cake. So if we do drop in here, that's where fireworks should start kicking in, and we should start seeing move to the upside. All right, so be mindful and watch that level. Do your fib like I've done, and then hunt for something in here. Okay, we should start seeing some rejections like we are seeing, but I would like it to push down one more, take out this low, and then reject and come back up. Let's see, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is NFP, so maybe they'll wait till tomorrow. Yeah, this low is looking very nice for them to take it out. Okay, so that think that brings us to the end of the pairs. I think I'm getting back in the groove. Right, so we have completed the pairs. Let's go through the ones I usually do. SAU, USD, gold. Yep, the target that I did mention there, from there to there. Okay, what should price do next? We've broken down on the 4 hour, so price is bearish. Maybe we'll pull back inside this area. Okay, maybe a pullback in that area and then a continuation to the downside possible. Yeah, so watch that down candle there. Okay, especially this up candle. Let's drop down to the hourly. Maybe we find a nice one. Yeah. Right, this up candle in there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the low. Could be the low, but I like the, you can watch this too. Right, and see where sensitivity comes in right above this side. So run it out, take out the stops, hit this, and then reject. Okay, that's what I want to see, and then come back down and take out, because this is a low, a higher low, so this is considered equal low, so price should then break it easily. So watch these two levels and see what price will do once we get there. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, let's go into the daily. Got like down candle, man, that's huge. Right, so I did mention yesterday during the live session, look for, let's get rid of this long, look for the low and the open of this down up candle, and look for a short there. Okay, look for a short here or there. This took out this. Okay, so it's not a normal candle, it's an institutional candle that was engineered to take out stocks. If we do measure, let's see how far they've gone. I think they've gone for the 618. Yeah, they've gone for the 618. So at least price will come back to 25. So look for the open. Yeah, look for the open and then a continuation to the downside. Yeah, look for the open, ignore this one, and look for the opening price and see. Yeah, this down candle is right there as well, so that should be your area of interest, and then look for a continuation to the downside. If it does break, then consider this last up candle. That will bring you to that 25 area. So what I mean by 25 is this. This 25. And I'm gonna show you right after this. Okay, so look for a sell here with a stop above there and a continuation to the downside. There are so many lows, 1 2 3 4, so many lows in here. That is looking juicy. Okay, so that is the end. If you do have any pair recommendation, just send it to me and then I will. Yeah, sure. Pound yen. So pound yen, I said that watch this low. Okay, if it does close below it, then you can look for sell here with a stop above this, maybe above this, there, protecting yourself from this up candle. Let's delete this. right there. Okay, protecting yourself from this up candle, but it's looking a bit tricky. Why? Because let me go on to here and then I'll show you why it's looking a bit tricky. I want you to look at yen. Yeah, yen is sideways on the daily. It's not doing much. It's sideways, right? Pound is bullish. Okay, we're just going for a retracement, so pound is bullish. So whatever happens, the pound yen is going to continue going up until something changes on this one, or we start seeing strength in this one, which I don't see that. Okay, this might drop or continue being sideways. So there's no point buying yen, right? So there's no point selling pound yen, if the logic makes sense. This thing is sideways. The futures, you're looking at the futures. Okay, this thing is sideways. That one is bullish. It's not bearish. This is just a retracement. So the strength is in this because we are making higher highs. So whatever happens, it's gonna continue going up. So if that's the case, there's no point trying to sell this thing here. Where is it? Yeah, there's no point selling this. Yeah, there's no point selling this because it will ultimately push higher. Yeah, any move to the downside has just been a short-lived one and then a continuation to the upside. Okay, at the moment, because let me use this one rather. I like what I'm seeing here. Just bear with me. I just like being caught up. Yeah, so they've run this low with this down candle. This is what my eyes always gravitate towards to. Right, they've run this low with this down candle and price is rejecting. So there could be a possibility of a continuation to the upside. Right, maybe I'll watch it and see once we finish. But let's go back to what I was trying to say. Alright, this thing is sideways. Yeah, there's a whole I did teach you about this, maybe, I think, when we have a void, this whole movement to the upside, that is not proper trading. So price will come back all the way down to the very last down candle here. That's where price needs to come back to. Okay, so price needs to come back all the way down there, and then you have a balanced price range, and then price can now push up, just like I showed you on gold. Okay, when we have this kind of move, price will always come back and rebalance, especially this pair being weak. It's gonna come back down, right? Let's go into the 4-hour. We had one in here, this whole move to the upside. Price did what? Came all the way back down to where the last down candle before it was allowed to move. Okay, so same thing, we've got this huge move. I think on the 4-hour looks better. So price will now come back all the way down here. Yeah, so the yen is still bearish, so we're gonna see a continuation to the downside on the yen. So if that's the case, there's no point selling this thing. Where is it? There's no point selling this thing. Okay, maybe what you can do is be patient and wait for price to trade above a swing high. Okay, wait for price to trade above a swing high, then go long. That would be the best option. Okay, that would be the best option. So the last swing low is here, so maybe wait for price to trade above this, and then you can buy with your stop below here and look for a continuation to the upside. I hope that helps. Yep, I know it did. I know it did. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys have got all the pairs that you need. Is there another pair that you want me to look at before I start the lesson for today? If you have any pair, because I've taken most of the pairs out, so if you do have any pair you want me to look at, then shout it out and then I'll have a look for you. Let's go into here. Let's go into personal dollar yen. For those of you that trade dollar yen, I have this level up here that I'm watching for a short. Why am I looking for a short? You already should know the answer, okay? Because we had this move to the downside. Okay, so if we rebalance to the last up candle, what am I expecting? Expecting a move back down. Okay, so that's why I'm looking for a sell on this one. So if you do trade this, that's one thing to consider. Okay, let's have a look at that for you. Franc 40. It didn't give any. You could have caught a long in here. Here you could have caught a long in there, but I think I've deleted that level. Maybe it's on the other one. Let's have a look. Yeah, and that's your target there. Yeah, that's your target. It did break, so this is another if you understand, we call it breaker. That's another breaker because it took price down that last up candle, so that can also be used as a long. This is trading without fear. Okay, you have to take it, and then if it stops you out, then you look for a move back down here. So that's your upside objective. All right, cool. Let me jump onto the lesson so that I don't spend too much time. I wanted to do it before Mr. King wakes up, but it seems like he's awake, so look at him smiling towards me. All right, give me 1 second. Let me sort him out and then I will do the lesson. Okay, so the king is awake, so let's do it quick. Let me use this this one here to explain right there what I want to discuss and why I call this level as price should get up here. Okay, so when you have your fib, maybe you want to do this. You have 175, so let me just go in here, and then you can see I have 0 1 1 2 7 2. Ignore the 3 and have 25.50 168.75 minus 2.7 minus 618 minus 1 and then minus 2. Okay, you can go back once the recording is up. You can go back and rewatch and see the levels. Okay, I just wanted to tell you in advance, so when you see them here, you can kind of play with it yourself. Right, so I was taught a concept called grading price swing. Right, grading price swings means price moves in grades of quadrant. So we call this the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So as I was playing with that, this thing just popped to me. Okay, so when I did measure the fibs, because I was playing with the fib, and when I do measure the fibs, I continuously saw that anytime price retraces or price breaks a swing low, so if we do have a swing high to a swing low, okay, this high to this low, when I see price bouncing off from the 127, I usually want to see most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, price will go to the 50, the 0.50. Okay, here. Okay, price will go to the 0.50 and then continue going down. I did a lot of back testing. Sometimes it does fail, but most of the time, okay, majority of the time, which is what is important, the majority of the time, price will hit this 127, go to the 5, and then continue going down. And then sometimes it will hit if it doesn't hit the 50 and it breaks it, then it will hit the 25 level. You can turn it around and it will be the same thing, but you just have to flip your mindset. Nah, it's the same thing. Okay, the 75 and then the 25, they are both the same. Okay, so it's 127 to 50 or 75, or if you flip it around, it will be 25. Okay, so price will hit this and then swing all the way back up into the 50 and then a continuation to the downside, or it will hit the 27 and then go all the way to the 25 or 75 and then continue going down. When it does hit the 75, that's deep retracement, so price will go back down, but usually it will hang around in here. It will not break easily, it will hang around there. But if it does hit the 50, price will just easily roll over and take out its low. Okay, so when I discovered that, I wanted to see, okay, what would the 618 do? So anytime I was looking for like a deep retracement from the 618, I realized that when price hit the 618, it's extreme, so it does come to the 25, this one here. Yeah, it will come to the 25 and then it should continue going down. If this one fails, chances are that whatever trend or whatever price range you're trading is reversing. Yeah, if it trades to the 618 and it changes direction and it doesn't stop at the 25 level, chances are price is reversing and price is gonna scream to the opposite side. Okay, So most of the time, the way I caught, and I'll go back to the way I caught the dollar low is what I'm showing you here. Okay, so if you go back to the dollar, I did catch this low as well. So this is how I caught it. So between this low and that high, okay, price hit the 127 perfectly, swings back up to what, the 50, and then swings back down. Yeah, then we have this week, same thing, price hit the 127 perfectly, swings back up, but now you can see we've gone beyond. Yesterday we did stop at the 50, which is what I was looking for a continuation to the downside, and they've gone above it. That's why I'm watching the 25 level, because if we don't stop here, then obviously we are going to stay sideways. Okay, for the reversal, usually the reversal is at 618. So if price swings back down, you have to measure this low to that high, and if we do hit the 618, then it's extreme. If it's coming back up, you possibly there could be a reversal in price. Okay, so anytime you measure a swing low to a swing high and then you see price respecting the 127, your eye immediately should switch to the 50, so you can take a long. Okay, if it does give you. And how did I know we were coming there? By breaking this high. Yeah, so after this high was broken, that's it, my eye comes here. So you can take a trade from this candle all the way up there. Yeah, and then once you get up there, you're done. You're not looking for too much, because this is just a one-off thing that happens on the chart. And then once we get up here, that is the 50 level, and it stopped dead, and it was trying to break down. That's why I was looking for a continuation to the downside, but it didn't, and it's moving higher. So that's why I said I'll be watching the 25 level. Okay, if you switch, the reason why that 50%, let me draw this again. No one taught me this. It just happened to appear to me whilst I was doing back testing. Right, so if you look at the 50%, now I'm going to change the fib to OTE, and then I'll show you why that level is critical. Right, so if you put the OTE, you can see that the 50% lines up perfectly with what, the Fibonacci level 618, which is where usually most Fibonacci traders try to do what, to continue their trend. So that's why that 50% level is so critical, that price can hit it and then continue going down. And if it doesn't, and if it's going to that 25 level, that 25 level is just where the 79% retracement level is, and that's a psychological area where people might be giving up on their sells because price has retraced too deep. So they'll be looking for what, they'll be they'll be looking for longs, because at this stage they might think price is gonna break this high, so they will start looking for longs, and then price will reverse and go back down again. Okay, so you can use it on any time frame. It's not just limited to the daily or weekly. Okay, it's applicable on any time frame. You just have to do the measurement properly. So the measurement should always be the major swing high and low. So what is the major swing high and low? I don't want to delete these ones, so let me go into that. I can delete these ones. So if you drop down to a 4-hour, okay, so major swing low will be this, and a major swing high will be that. And if you study what I'm showing you, you're gonna catch some beautiful trade. Let's change this to levels again, and then look what happened here. So this is a major swing high, that's a major swing low. Okay, price breaks to the upside, hit the 127, retraces back to the 50, and then it should expand to the upside. All right, that's how you use it. Don't use it on any swing high, swing low. It has to be a major. The main, I've taught you market structure, so you should know what the major swings, highs and lows are. So the major ones are the actual ones that are breaking structure for a continuation of a trend. So this, let's say this is a swing low, this is our swing high. So once we break that high, yeah, right there, once we break that high, price should go to what, 127, and drop back down to 50. That's how you use it. Okay, don't use it on something like this. Okay, don't use it on something like this, because it's not gonna work. Yeah, if you just pull it on this one, it's not gonna work. It works with what, the major swing highs and lows. Why? Because dude, shush. I forgot my train of thought. Okay, what was I saying again? Right, I forgot, totally got missed right there. Right, let's just continue. All right, so what if you measure, I'll bring my thoughts back. If you measure the low to the high, then obviously, okay, the reason why is using the main swing highs and lows is because algorithmically, okay, we all know the reason why I'm saying that is because I believe that price is being controlled, is manipulated by, or is being shown, is being delivered by an algorithm. So if it's being delivered by an algorithm, okay, it has to have specific, or it has to have some protocols to it. So the protocols that it uses, to me personally, that's what I think is the major swing highs and lows, because that's the important ones. For market structure to break, if you understand market structure, for market structure to break, let's say we have this as our last high and this as our last low, okay? If we do measure it, okay, because this is the last swing high, the algo will remember this. Yeah, it will remember this high. Why? Because that's the last swing high down. That's why when it breaks, okay, price will continue going up. Why? Because it will change its delivery to the downside and now go to the upside. Okay, so if that's the case, then if I put the fib from here to there, okay, it should give me some levels which it will respect. Yeah, and the levels will respect is here, the 127, 618, and the 2. Those are levels that it will respect. Again, why? Because price moves in quadrants. What I mean by quadrants is this. This is like a block of price. So we'll have another block of price like this, then another block of price like that. Okay, price moves in blocks. So this can be divided into 4, which is what I've done here. That's how price is behaving. Yeah, it can be divided into 4. Okay, delete that. it can be divided into 4. Okay, and that can also be divided into 4. That's how price is always moving. So if we break a structure, okay, usually price is going to move in this form. So if you do use the fib the way I'm showing you, and you use it correctly between the major highs and lows, the structure highs and lows, not this any mini swing highs, not these ones, okay, you're using the actual highs and lows. That's the one that you will going to use, and then that will be the ones that will help you to catch these lows and highs that I've been calling. Yeah, let's delete this, let's delete that, let's delete that as well. Okay, so hopefully this helps to understand how I am able to, or how I was able to call this low and that high. It's just by pulling the fib to the structure low, structure high, okay, and then look at how beautiful it respects it, and then all the way up there. Okay, next time I'll talk more about what we call inside the range. Okay, I think I've talked about it, but I'll talk about it more here. Inside the range. So once we break outside the range and we come back inside the range, there are specific levels that price will come for. So that's the level I put my line on yesterday. So this is a level. The last down candle here, that was a level, and the last up candles opening, that's another level. Okay, we'll talk about that next time, but just practice what I've showed you here. Yeah, using the fib, but only do it on your major highs and lows. Your major highs and lows. If it's not a structure high and a structure low, do not use it, because it's not going to respect it that much. Okay, let's go on to quickly New Zealand CAD, and I'll show you something in here. Right, so this is a low and a high. Once we broke it, I want you to see where price stopped. Okay, that's a low, that's a high. We stopped at 127, and then price screamed the opposite side. If you measure this low to that high, where did price stop? The 168. Why? Because price will move in these blocks. Yeah, price will move in these blocks. You'll be surprised what you can find using these structure highs and lows by simply identify them first and then trading them. Okay, if you go into the weekly, it's the same thing. Let me do one more here, so you see. Let's identify a structure high and a structure low. Okay, so we do have a structure high and a structure low, and then see where this thing stopped. All right, that's our structure high, structure low, to exactly 2% to the pip, not to the pip, a little bit of variance there, and then price rejected. Yeah, if you use your structure highs, this is a structure high, this is a structure low, where would this one stop? The 127. Yeah, and it's not just the it's not just the weekly as well. You can do it on the monthly. It's the same thing. Let's find a structure high, structure low. Let's use this one here. Structure high to that structure low. Boom. Right, 2% right there. Okay, so hopefully I've been able to convince you about the Fibonacci a little bit. That's why you see me pulling up the Fibonacci a lot, because there is something in the Fibonacci that does work. Okay, let's put this one here to there. All right, structure high, structure low, 127. Perfect. All right, and then where is it going? Came to the 50, and then possibly 25. All right, if you use it on your higher time frame, you will be amazed some of the things that you will catch. Again, let's go to Cardian, and then I'll stop here. Let's go into, I do have my drawings on that one, so let's go on here. Let's remove this drawing. I think going on holidays has made me more what's the keyword I'm looking for? Has made me more compassionate to share all my secrets with you guys. Alright, so you did hit the the 618. Where did price stop? First look at, let me zoom out in here. Look at first stop. Yeah, look at second stop. So where is it trying to reach for? So if we go back to the weekly, where are we trying to get our target? All right, I think this is enough. I've given you enough to go and practice. Just practice and then see what you can find as well. Okay, using all this combination, you start trading what we call Mark Douglas will call intuitive trading. Okay, there's nothing in price showing you that price is going to do this, but you've studied the chart so much that you can tell that this is what is going to happen. It's not like you know it's going to do it, but you can tell because you've spent enough time on the chart. That's why I'm able to be confidently say, okay, price is going to move from here and then it's going to go here. I don't know it's going to do it, but because I spent time on the chart, intuitively, okay, if you want to call it that way, it's something that will push me to be convinced that price is going to come here. Yeah, and then when you trade like this, you always have to align yourself, or you always have to have a clear mindset. Yeah, when you study this way, you always have to have a clear mindset, because you're not trading mechanically. Mechanically means that price is going to a level, something you've back tested over and over and over again. Therefore, when price gets here, you know, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's mechanical trading. Intuitive trading is where you see certain things on the chart all the time and you believe in it that is going to do that. So for you to be able to trade that way, you always have to have a clear mindset, a clear conscience for you to be able to trade that way. That's why I take some time off, because when I do that, I'm able to refocus so that intuitively I can see what price is trying to do. This is nothing to do with price. It's just my intuition telling me, okay, price is going to hit this and it will go up, and I'll believe in that, and then it will happen. Yeah. So if you study most of the things that I'm showing you, you start to see that you start trading intuitively, where you just believe that price is going to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna end here, and I don't think today I'll be able to do the afternoon session because my little boy is starting school next week and he has to go in for they call something settling. So he has to go in and settle and get used to the new atmosphere so that he will start next week, and that is at 1:30 this afternoon, my UK time 1:30. So I will not be at home, so I will not be able to do the session today. So with that, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow usually I don't do the afternoon session, but because of this I will do the session tomorrow. Okay, so if I do see anything, I will keep you guys posted. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care and practice a lot.